So I legit forgot it was Thursday because I just got back from Puerto Rico. So this is going to be a 30-minute stream, and then we're going to let Andre take it over. But I think this should be hopefully a fairly quick coding stream, and I'll probably do a little bit more streaming tomorrow. I completely forgot it was Thursday. My goodness. Okay. What do I want? So the goal here is actually someone reached out to me on Discord 2 days ago. It was super cool. They said that they saw my video and heard an offhand comment about like, oh, it'd be fun to calculate the ELO of everyone. And so they went and did a stab at it. They said they were in high school. Their code was pretty quite extensive. It looked like there might have been an error. So I wanted to go and double check it a little bit myself. I was going to start with the CBI results because I have that data up and ready to go. They had done it for both Worlds and CBI. So I'm going to quickly bash away at this. If someone wants to let me know when Andre goes live, we'll do the throw over to there, and I can be like an old school stream where I was trying to get people that were waiting for Andre's stream and wanted some netrunner. I have to remember how the query works with a variable. Actually, this shouldn't matter here. I should just be able to say intentional. I should be able to spell intentional draw. I think equals false and 241 equals false and elimination game equals false. Okay. Oh yeah. Bounty Hunter's been doing a lot of streaming as well. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so this gives me every table and round. Oh, this actually doesn't have all the data I need, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Why does it only have these 11 columns? Have I cleaned up this matches somewhere? Because what I actually need is to know the players involved. Or player. Okay, so my idea here, oh, that's cool. Yeah, I actually don't know what to think about Cube Cobra. So if only it was a super. I feel like it shouldn't be. Well, there's an ideal world where it's not super hard, super difficult. We're player in player 1, player 2, DF matches table player. Okay, matches is a data frame with these things. Got a table around. And then okay, so what I'm trying to get is maybe I need to go back and grab all of the matches. I think let's start going back to the top here and ignoring all of the work I've done so far. That's always a productive way to go. For round tables, for table number in table, enumerate tables. Table, round, 2 for 1. Yeah, I wonder. Oh, you know what? I could probably. Who's this player in player 1, player 2? Why am I doing this twice? Okay, what am I doing here? So for round in tables, because there's multiple rounds. So every round, I'm getting a list of tables, and I'm enumerating the number of rounds. Great. And then I'm enumerating the table number. And then for each player... Oh, ID should be... Wait. ID is the player ID. Okay. So this doesn't quite have what. So ELO actually Ixaron is not capped, but it is or I'm pretty sure it's not capped. Let me pull up the. But what it is it's logarithmic. So while it's technically uncapped, it's practically capped. Like, in theory, computer ELOs are calculated. You can calculate them by saying, okay, they started at human ELO and then they played their way up. Okay, so this is the player ID. I forgot. Okay, I should maybe... Can I rename this? Where am I? DFPT2. I wish I could... I should probably... So that's not, it's not that ELO is actually capped. At least that is not my impression. If you have an article that suggests otherwise, I'm happy to look at that. But typically what they do is, if you're the highest ranked player in the entire, there's usually a cap cutoff in a ranking system. But there's not usually a cap implemented. At least there's not in chess, which is the ELO I'm particularly familiar with. ELO is definitely uncapped there. And there's no explicit cap I've seen, at least with my reading of it in the past. Okay, I kind of want to see. So this is for player in player 1, table 2. Yeah, Ixaron, I mean, please point me to something, because I have never seen it come up, and I've looked at ELO for quite a bit of stuff. There's often caps in what thresholds are, but that's a separate thing. Okay, so this is table... Oh, right. Okay, so this is the 2 people on this table. Yeah, and decay is a whole separate thing. Decay is definitely a whole separate thing. Okay, so this, while a really handy data set in one sense, is probably not the data set I actually want. So probably what I want to do is I want to go and grab my players data frame. Great, this has everyone by ID. So what I would do is I'd make something like an ELO, and I would say something like this is equal to 1,000, not 10,000, right? Then I would, like this is going to be pseudocode, right? So this is where I think I'm trying to get to. For match in all matches, like we'll just call for match in matches. We'll just call it that, right? This is the problem is like I have other stuff. Hey Daiji, we're looking to figure out what the ELO was for every player and see if it's any different from the Swiss system. In theory, it should be very, very well correlated. A viewer actually sent me their workup of this notebook, and after looking at it, it looked like there was maybe some errors, but their approach to it was very different from mine, so it's almost easier for me to go from the ground up. So for match and matches, we just would call like an ELO calculator. Oops, calculator. We'll pretend that's spelling. I misspelled, what was it? There was something I misspelled at work. I don't know. I forget. It was sort of accidentally rude without intending to be. But I would just say player 1, player 2, result. And these are actually all features of the match. No, I misspelled. Oh, shoot. Like, or not. Yeah, anyway. This is like match. Player 1 ID, player 2 ID, and then you go, and this goes and updates everything. So let's start by writing our ELO def ELO calculate. Oh, it was cumulative. I misspelled cumulative, and I don't even remember how I misspelled it, but there's lots of bad ways to misspell cumulative. Hey, Baoran Wu. Yeah, I know. I forgot that I just landed off. I got back from Puerto Rico not 4 hours ago or 3 hours ago, and forgot that it was Thursday. So we're gonna call this match. Okay, and we're gonna get. Oh yeah, no, it was such a nice vacation. It was super nice. So we're gonna get match. Is this gonna be a dictionary? Probably. I think this is a dict with is it string? Oh shoot. What's my? This was players. Can I get? Is this gonna tell me data types? Oh, fuck. Oh, if I do this, maybe it will tell me the type of this. It's an int. Okay, great. I probably didn't have to delete all my work. Okay. This is going to be an int. No, it's going to be an int. And it's going to be, I don't know, probably a string for some kind of result. Anyway, I can actually, you know what? We're gonna figure out typing later. I'm not gonna worry about this. Type hinting is nice, but we don't do Python because we're trying to write good code that works every time. And we want a tuple that is layer 1 ELO. Oh, yeah, this is gonna be a tuple of floats. Okay. So actually, let's pass this for a moment, and let's go and get our. Let's just go and grab our. We want raw data rounds. Raw data rounds, great. So we'll just keep grabbing. We'll just grab the first and the first. So these are the first two elements. This is the first table. Okay. So we're not split. No, we're gonna do ELO per person. The reason to do it per person is that I don't actually believe in splitting it up for Corp and Runner for a variety of reasons, including like it's taking your data sets. Okay, yeah. Let me. So you don't split ELO because it's not. People don't bring uncorrelated. Like people's results are not uncorrelated between Runner and Corp. Like, yes, you can have a higher Corp win rate on the day, but generally, like, the good players will win on both sides. Like, that's just how it works, right? The second thing is it takes your dataset size down by a lot, and it also means that you're doing some weird comparisons across types. But, okay, so we have this object, and if I call table on this, does this give me a value? It does. Oh, shit. Okay, so fantastic. This is actually the object I need, right? So now we need to go and grab the equation for ELO, which is not actually that complicated. Well, it's not fun. Okay. So, if we're looking to make a rank adjustment, it's equal to rank of A plus K times score minus expected score. This is not quite right. Oh, expected score is a logistic function. Oh my goodness. Fudge. I don't want to actually, let's not, I'm going to try and not use the prior work because, let's see. Expected score of player A. Okay, we're gonna implement this piece by piece as I try and reconstruct this, because this is not stuff I've looked at for quite a while. So both Ixaron and Diogenes, basically, I think if you want to see, who's much better at Corp than Runner, you scroll up, you look at this plot, and you look at this axis, and you look at this axis, and there's your answer. Like, those are your players who are good at one side and not at the other. I think I'm not super sure that doing ELO different is meaningful. Similarly, in the past, when I was talking about single-sided Swiss a lot, people proposed doing a pairing structure where you paired people based on their runner versus corp scores. So like you would only, even though someone could be like undefeated runner side, if they had not won yet on the corp side, they could pair against someone who's 0-0 across all of their decks, which I think is just not reflective of how skill actually works in Netrunner. So, do I have to say tuple? Yes, but because we're in a tournament setting where everyone's playing 2 games and then getting paired based on the results of the 2 games, I don't think it makes much sense to do completely separated things. Okay, so I can do exactly what I want, where I can go something like player 1 ID. I can do like, okay, so this is going to get me like everything I want. Fantastic. Okay, so let me, you know what, we're gonna do some, I'm gonna try and at least have you guys looking at stuff at roughly the same time as me, while not hogging up my screen entirely. See if I can add, like, nope, I want to add a window capture on existing Firefox. Where'd it go? There it went. There we are. Okay, that can go over my face because we don't need to see me. I'm not actually particularly important here. I hope that's kind of readable. Okay. So we're doing pairwise comparisons. If player has a rating of RA and player B has a rating of RB, the exact formula using the logistic curve with base 10 for the expected score of player A is expected score is 1 over 1 plus 10 to the RB minus RA over 400. This could also be expressed by QA over QB, where QA equals RA over 400 and QB equals RB over 400. Let's see. So we probably want a fairly large K. So the formula for updating is RA, which is their actual ranking, plus K times the difference between the actual result and the initial result. Okay, so we need to come up with a couple of functions. Okay, well this is, yeah, okay, so this is like a, this is a dict of strings dict of. I do completely stupid stuff like this. And this is going to be ints. This has got to be, I think, a comma. We'll see. I have no idea if type helping is going to help me there, but Diogened, I have no idea. I'm actually not familiar with Planeswalker points at all. Apologies. Okay. So I should probably have a way to go def ELO, and we should just do a rating estimator. Do we need that? No, RA is just the rank for a player. K is a constant. So score actual. So we just need the def estimated score, and we will take player 1 ELO, player 2 ELO, and that will be it will be 1 divided by 1 plus 10 to the power of player 2 ELO minus player 1 ELO divided by 400. I've definitely played around with that 400, and like you can play around with all these factors. Like it's kind of funny. Like this is an arbitrary but very widely used form, like set thing. Okay, so this is estimated score. We can now do update score. Oh, we want, oops. I just accidentally completely torpedoed all my windows. Yeah, there's been a lot of stuff. Like ELO has some real deficiencies when people are not being encouraged to play a lot, which is why there's been a lot of adaptations. There's also like I know like Dominion used this really clever thing called Glicko, which had some like uncertainty estimations, and like as you didn't play for a long time, your rating decreased, and then your uncertainty and your true rating increased. And so there was like a lot of, it's some really cool complex stuff that I wanted to try and implement one day, but never got around to. P2 ELO. Wait, I just need what do I need for update? No, this is a little bit silly. I don't need to do this again. Okay, so to do this, okay, so I have my estimated score. This gets what my value is of this. So we now can do okay, so this is basically we get match player 1 ID, and this will be, we're just going to call this player 1 just to make my life easier. It's going to be this. Oops. Player 2 is match of player 2 ID. Okay, and so then we can call our players and then call player 1 and get, oh no, we want players query I think it's at player 1 equals. I should probably test this little snippet of code quickly. ID. Let's just go and get, so we've got players. Just copy this out. Let's return tuple 1 1. ELO calculator. Tuple got expected 1 argument. Oh, I'm a dummy. I don't even know, like, this type hinting thing is like for people that are doing real programming, so this is a little bit silly, but okay, let's just say we're just gonna make this really easier for ourselves. We're gonna say player 1 equals this. Actually, no, we want it to be this, and then we say players query at player 1 equals ID. And then I need to get, this doesn't actually return what I want though, because if I then call, let's just get match points or something. And then I like try and say match points like times 2. It's going to be mad at me, I believe. Oh, no, it's not. Okay. So what is the type of this? You know what? Let's not worry about it. I'm going to just like assume this works the way I want it to exactly. Okay, so we're going to start by going players ELO equals 1,000. And now I should be able to run this whole load, and I get this, and if I delete this, the ELO of Jinsei is 1,000, and the ELO of anyone should be 1,000. Fantastic. Okay. So, what we need to do, we also need to take this and multiply it by 6, because that's the number of possible points that you can get out of a round. Okay. So we go ELO, and so we're gonna get oh wait, I should make this a estimate score. We're gonna go expected score P1 equals like call estimate score on this. Okay. Okay. So what this should do is get me the estimated score. Oh, I need to get the second thing in here. Just to be players query at player 2 equals ID ELO. And then I can say expected score P2 equals 6 minus expected score P1. Because the expected score for a match has to be 6, just completely. Cool. So now I get P1 score is equal to oh, this is not the last line of code anymore. So I need to move this down so it is the last line of code. Can I do this? There is some way to move that down because I accidentally do it sometimes I don't do it. Okay, so if I go player 1, okay, P1 score equals match player 1. runner score. Plus P2 score, or sorry, match. This is just riveting stuff. I'm shocked I'm not like rocketing past every other streamer in the scene. And then I do this again for P2 score. Oops. There we go. And so then we need to go and do the def update ELO. And we're going to get I guess I probably am the most popular netrunner streamer that's live for about another 2 minutes. So that's something. Thanks, Panettiere. I hope I said that somewhat close to correct. So to update this, what do I need? I need the ELO. I need the actual score. I need the expected score. Because this is just a function of, this RA prime function down here that's hopefully being highlighted on stream. Yeah, it's this guy is what we're creating now. So we're going to return ELO plus K, which I'll define up here. I'll actually call this K factor, but let's actually call it up here. K factor equals 32. K factor times actual score minus expected score. If you want to give me some hints, Panettiere, please. I don't mind trying to become a little more worldly. Okay, so honestly, rather than returning this tuple, I'm gonna do something that's you're not supposed to do and just return nothing and live update things. So then I will say we're gonna go. Oh wait, I have to. Then we go players. I appreciate that joke. I really do. Okay, so we say players query at player1 equals ID. We say ELO equals oh, this is going to be annoying, I think. Well, okay. No, it shouldn't be too bad. Let's see. Okay, so this is going to be, we're going to call our, also, what is an Italian, I mean, no offense, but what is an Italian doing up here? Or maybe you're in the US, or maybe you're one of the many insomniacs who watch my stream, hopefully to fall asleep. And that would almost be a good thing. I think, you know what, we'll say it's actually a good thing. And then expected score is this. And then we're going to copy this query again, take player 2, player 2, player 2, and player 2. Okay. All right. Can you guys even see what I'm doing? Only kind of. Okay, we're gonna get rid of Firefox here. Okay. So let's go and just find, oops. So if I look at this, okay, so what happens if I call, you know what, let's also, just for visibility, return players query ID equals player 1 or ID equals at player 2. So now I should be able to call ELO calculator on this first match and get something. Okay, so that didn't work, which is good. That would mean that something is going right. Yeah, Izzy, this is what I usually do. This is what I used to do a lot, and this is just called. This is from a YouTube channel called The Relaxed Movement, and this is 12 hours of free background music, copyright-free music for creators and streamers. If you want to guess how I found this, I think the title will tell it all. String object has no attribute query. But players isn't a string object. What? Do I not have a... No, I should have a players thing here. What? This is not a string. Yeah, this is definitely not a string. Very confused by this. Okay. Oh, because this is just says players. Okay, fantastic. So, something didn't quite work, but, because the ELO has not been updated. Unless, wait, hold on. We should also print out, but I think, so there is a world where if they actually tied, then we should expect to see no results. So I should, but no, one player got all the points. Baltar should be up ELO. Baltar should in fact be up by, let's see, we can calculate this ourselves. By 16 ELO, and Pailu should be down by 16. Because that's half of 32, and the actual score is 6. The expected score should be 3. So that's going to be... Oh, no, it's going to be 3 times the K factor. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is going to have a very large effect. Nice, actually. Maybe we'll use the 16K factor. We'll start with the 16K factor. Okay, so what is going wrong here? What if I... Let's we're just gonna make some print statements because that's the easiest way to debug. Panettiere. So I don't need the... Where's my other print statement? Oh, I don't need this anymore. Okay. Okay, so we need to go. You know what? Let's we never tested out our update ELO function, so let's just test that out really quickly. So we have 1,000, actual score 6, expected score 3. 48, that's 3 times 16. Fantastic. That's what we should expect. Okay. So, my suspicion then is this is not correct. This line is the one that's not working. And I suspect this is because Python doesn't want you to do copy and pastes. Copy in places. Or like update values with the query. Which is certainly an annoying thing to get around. So it's time for another episode of Jeff Googles Things. Alright, catch you later, Izzy, and I'll probably be throwing over to Andre very soon. If I can get this to work, I'll throw it over within 5 minutes or so. What should Jeff grab? Updating pandas value. Query. Let's just see if this is gonna be like super basic, which is annoying. Google Streams. So I gotta get the loc. I don't want to get the loc. Oh wait, can I do? Okay, this is a basic pandas thing that I just don't know how to do that I really should. So if I go players loc, what's the syntax for loc? It's brackets. Why? I don't know why it's brackets. That's very weird to me. Okay. Some kind of chord there. And we want, let's just go like ELO. Okay. So if I want just the row where it's like, actually, we'll just call this, keep getting my keyboard mixed up. Okay, we will call players. We will go and grab this, and we'll go ID. Can I just like get this? Oh wait, is players iloc? Can I do ID equal? Oh, let's try this. Okay, back to the Googles. Oh, I hate that this is a thing that Pandas is like, no, this is definitely the best way to interact with data, is you should call your data inside your data. Ugh, I hate this. Okay. So now if I go like this gets me the single value. Okay. So I think what I have to do is go and grab... okay. So I copy this expression, basically. And I get here, I go player 1. And then we're going to go here. Grab player 2. And then we're going to comment out the correct line and uncomment the other line. We're going to move Firefox out of the way. And then we're going to run the code again. Ah, shite. Not a number. That's not great. That's not great. You know what? Let's just call this again. Oh, you know what? Let's try putting this into this first. And see what this gets me. We'll grab this guy. Okay, so this gets me the right value. So let's just copy this into here. And we'll copy this into here. And we will once again comment. Okay, so we're still getting not a number. Okay, you know what we're gonna do is we're gonna go P1 new ELO, and I'm just as a way to, like, I don't want to keep this as my existing thing, but then we're just gonna print P1 new ELO just to make sure. Ooh. Wait, what's going on here? Where are my prints? Why is this called twice? Okay, let's print what this is, because my guess is this is getting something that I'm not expecting it to. Nope, that seems exactly right. So why is it getting me 17 and 34? Because update ELO should be giving me a single value. What the hell is going on here? There's nothing magic happening with this guy, right? Okay, nothing magic is happening. So I'm getting multiple prints. This is it's trying to tell me something, and I'm not understanding it. This is just riveting YouTube. Let's just print everything that's going in here. So we want grab grab this. We're going to grab P1 score. We're going to grab expected score P1. And then we're going to print new ELO. Oh. Expected score P1 is giving me a nan. Oh. Well, gee, that certainly helps. Okay, okay. Well, that makes it nice and easy, because when you add nans, you get nans. I don't know why it's giving me all of these, though. Okay, well, you know what? We're going to try just hitting everything with the sledgehammer of this other way of querying. And see if that makes any difference at all. Let's run this. It's still giving me nan. So that's really interesting because I thought we checked estimate score. Maybe I'd never checked estimate score. That would be a little embarrassing. Let's go and grab this. And we're going to make this equal 30825. And this equals 30816. Okay, so estimate score is the one that's becoming unhappy to me. That's really interesting. So, when I just call this, do I need to call like if I make this a float, you know what? Let's just try I don't actually understand what I'm doing of throwing float onto this. Knowing that there's almost certainly a better way to do this. And see how this goes. And then I need to call this. And then we're gonna... Okay. So something happened. Though this might be floating point arithmetic errors. Or I just didn't update this. Maybe. So this was all unnecessary. Let's try running it again. Okay, so there's some kind of floating point nonsense happening here. And this is not values I care about. Okay, so let's call expected score and see what value I get. Oh, it's estimate score. Whoops. Okay. And we will just go and call float players loc player players ID equals 30825. That's there. Oh, my floats. No, it's in the right place. Okay. ELO. Oh wait, I should just copy this and replace the one bit I need to. Okay. All right. Well, thanks to the couple of you sticking around. And honestly, if you want to go watch Andre, I do not mind. Ah, okay. So something is going wrong with my estimate of score. So the difference in these ELOs is 0. So 10 to the 0 should be 1 plus 1 over 2. This should return a half. So let's throw these are in a parens. I'm going to be extra careful and throw an extra set of parens here. Okay, so let's break this down. Okay, so 10 to the 1000 minus 1000. Great. Divided by 400. Ah, this is where our error is. Okay, so if I now do this and we get this, I should now get 3. Woo! Okay, so the error there was that it was doing 10 divide, or it was calculating 10 to this power, then dividing it by 400. Rather than what I wanted, which is the difference in ELOs divided by 400 raised to the power as the factor that 10 is raised to. So there we are. So now that should solve this error, and I can go ELO calculator, calculate this first round, and we get 1048 and 952, and there we go. Okay, fantastic. So now we actually have the pretty easy task of looping through all the matches and updating this. So now we just need to we go 4 round in raw data rounds, for match in raw data in round, ELO calculator, match equals match. And then I think I can call players. Nope. Cannot convert the series to float. Okay, let's see what's happening here. Oh, let's do some filtering so that it doesn't... Okay. Match. So if match elimination game or match intentional draw or match 2-for-1 continue. Let's try running this now and see if it still errors on me. And then what we should do is try accept print match break. Okay. So it only happened 4 times. And it was when the runner score, combined score was none. Okay, so we can also go if, sorry, or match okay, these are just like, oh, these are buys. Okay, which we actually don't want to influence at all. Okay. So, ugh. Okay. So, let's actually, know what? If it, let's see. Player 1 is none, or player 2 is none. We're gonna raise I think I'm just gonna make a, do I make a custom error? Let's raise value error. And then we will catch as E, print match, and continue. Okay. Oh, weird. It didn't print any of those this time. Oh, so it did something very wrong then. Okay. You know what, let's just do our filtering here. If match player 1 ID is none, continue. Continue is basically just a way of saying skip this loop. Or at least that's how I think about it. It's not probably actually what it means, but we're gonna do this all through my little brain. Oops. If match player 2 ID is none, continue. Okay, so something is not happening correctly here. Let's, you know what, we'll say print match. Print. I just want to make sure we're not grabbing everything. Seems like we might be grabbing everything. Okay, so I wonder if we're grabbing everything in our first case. Wait, what? This should be false, false, false for this first case, right? Oh, I have this still on the end here. Okay. There we go. All right. Fantastic. So now we don't actually need to print out this entire vector. We'll just print out the match, just so I can take a quick look at this. Oh no. Oh, okay. These are fantastic. Okay. Yeah, this is an intentional draw. Great, 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 great. Okay, cool. And this one is a 2-for-1. This one's a 2-for-1. Great. Okay, so my code's actually working as expected. So finally, an hour in, we got to the thing that we are trying to do. And so you know what? Let's just we'll just open up the players table and look at it this way. Where's players? Okay, so if we rank by rank, all of our player. Wow. So Sokka is apparently at exactly 1,000. It's very interesting. It was a top 8 cut. And we have someone with a very positive record who just came in with a 950 ELO. I wonder if this is because 2-for-1s. Like, they were slightly below average and then went on a tear in 2-for-1s. I wonder if I should calculate score from 2-for-1s. And then if we go by ELO, we get Jinsei, Tuno, MJP, Comus, Cardboard, Jank. So all of our top 1, 2, 3, like 7 of the top 8 ELO people make it in. Limes misses it. Cobra Bubbles, Infusion, Kikai, Bing, all sort of just jostle out. Where's our... Oh, okay. So Ronki Doge... Okay, so this actually is suggestive to me. So Ian made the cut with a lower ELO, and I know that Ian 2-for-1'd a lot on the day. And so my suspicion is that the reason that you can get some fairly low ELOs while placing fairly highly is... is this 2-for-1 such outcome. Now, now that I think about it, because I'm not trying to do side-based analysis, I actually don't need to eliminate the 2-for-1 or the ID. I could actually include it because it's good data here. So let's take a quick look at the structure of these things. So if I go raw data, rounds, and we go 0, 0. Does this give me combined score? Okay, fantastic. So I could, instead of doing this, I can get player 1 combined score and player 2 combined score. And I think this should work just the same, except I probably misspelled something. We're gonna comment. We're just not gonna call this for a moment. And we're gonna copy this. I just very much misspelled it in terms of... Okay. So now, if I do this... Oh, but I'm still actually not counting these matches. So I think I only need to exclude elimination games, because those I'm not accounting for right now. So now I can open this up. Oh, I wish I had kept this the other way around. I guess I can do it before and after. I could make a second column. Like, this is... I'm interacting with data in a way that's pretty unhygienic. But now, our ranking of ELO and our ranking of Swiss pairings almost exactly line up, right? Like 1, 7, 2, 3, 5, 9, 8, 6, 4, 10, 14, 12. Like, it's pretty close. Like, something like Bing is actually maybe getting the massacred the most here. though I suspect Bing dropped out, which is part of the idea here. But yeah, like this matches more with what I would expect. Now, we could do this for Worlds. And I guess because I'm looking at combined score, the 2-for-1 and IDs being messed up doesn't matter because the outcome is still the same. Now, our dynamic range is still pretty small here. Like, our minimum ELO is 850, and our max is 1173, which isn't a huge range, but this is also not that many games played. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. If you put the way that ELO becomes more accurate over time is if you keep implementing and running this over and over and over again and collecting a lot more games. And so that's just obviously not going to happen here. And it's not trivial to sync this up with Worlds because any difference in names means I have to spend a lot of time hand correcting all that stuff. It's not impossible. It's probably a fun project. But yeah. I wonder how much this is like rounding errors, but because like Swiss should in this single setup run pretty much exactly. Like this makes a lot. As I think about this, I'm like, yeah, this is probably what the expected result is most of the time. And I guess let's think about, so if we're looking at the 27s, does this sync up with stuff like strength? So like, yes, highest match, like basically if you got to 27, you were between 1128 and 1148, and the lower you were, you didn't actually have necessarily the highest strength of schedule. You could actually have a slightly lower strength of schedule and be a little bit higher in ELO, which is an interesting outcome. I wonder how much that's like, oh, your ID in your final round tweaks your ELO a little bit. Because if we think about it, like, winning on an even playing field, winning is worth 48 points. So the difference of 28 versus 43 is half of that difference. Roughly. Really interesting. I'm going to have to think about this one some more. That's really, really... This is a little bit concerning to me. Just that maybe there's something wrong in my math. But this also might just be that Bing played against some really hard opponents, got some good wins, and then dropped or something. They don't have games played. Cool. Well, let's see. Let's go and grab the world's data. And we'll run this again for the world's data. Oops. Well, that's fine. We're going to quickly go and do a little bit of cheating. I should also, let's see. I should give a shout. This was from Boba Fett 17. They went and did this whole workup of the worlds. I suspect the actual only math error they may have made was the same one that I made, which is by excluding 2-for-1s and IDs, you kind of distort the ELO quite a bit. And then what do I do? Here we are. Okay. So this is really all I need, and I can change this to be code, and I say we're gonna call this world's data. world's players. And then we say world's players ELO equals 1,000, and then we go and we call all of this nonsense. In world's data, we run this. We run this. Wait, we had this error before. How did we fix this before? Oh. Shit. Okay. So this actually needs to get a data frame, which has the player. So I'm going to call this players data frame. And now, anywhere I pass players, I need to swap in players data frame. And then I return the players data frame as my result. And then when I call this, I need to go players df equals players. And now when I run this, I should get the same result. And then when I run this, I call players data frame equals world's players. Oh, balls, that still didn't work. Expected score P1. Okay, so if I do this, this works just fine. Great. So last time this was a df.loc players df.loc players df. Okay, let's just like P1 ELO equals P2 ELO okay, I'll run this to redefine the function. We run this. Okay, so it's just failing every single time. Let's like print the first match. Okay, let's print, just print what this call is going to be, right? comment these out for a second. Wait, why is Worlds Players Jinsei? Oh, well, that would do it. Okay, let's start there and see if that fixes our problems. It does! Huzzah! Oh my goodness. Okay. There we are. There we are. Now we can open up Worlds Players. We can split this and also look at players. What? Why are you not splitting for me? Okay. Let's try tricking you this way. Because you're fighting me here. Okay, fantastic. So now we can look at, so max ELO is almost exactly the same. 175 versus 173, 167. So yeah, we can sort by ELO here. The maxes are kind of the same, though it's higher on average at World. We see credits, Sebastian K. This is interesting. And it's also like, holy moly, the 30s went deep. I forgot about that part of Worlds. Like, so many people ended up at 30. And basically everyone at 30 is, what, between... Actually, this is really interesting that, like, yeah, ELO, like, and this makes a lot of sense. ELO and Swiss give you the same result if you're running on a single tournament. So what you'd want to do is do something like, oh, hey, I know TBU 3K and the Big Unit 3000 are the same person. You know, who else? Wow, that's actually, like, who else was that who made the top? And then Sokka and... Why am I not seeing Sokka at the top here? Sokka 234 is the same in both events. And so you would do this and you would iterate it and repeat it, and then you would start to get like a more meaningful ELO. So if someone wanted to go through the world's NCBI data and come up with translations for people who are the same in both, that would be, you know, that'd be the way you'd go and do that. But in a Swiss event, ELO and match score should be pretty heavily correlated. My suspicion of strength of schedule is maybe not quite as correlated as my impression. Like, this match plus strength of schedule is not quite as correlated with ELO. Like, you know, yeah, there's some, like, Bridgman and Quacktopus, like, don't actually have it exactly correlated. Like, there's some exact correlation issues. But I think this is actually a pretty solid result. And makes some sense. And we've solved the problem of people below 1,000 making it into the top cut. Wow, that's kind of interesting. So if we go by rank, you get your first sub 1,000 at rank 64, and your last greater than 1,000 actually fairly low down. We have some thousands in here. We've got some just barely. Oh wait, this is yeah, okay. So there's some more math to do on this at some point, but I think I'm gonna call it a night here. Thank you everyone who's come by to hang out, and we're going to, well, actually it's gonna be, let me see, I have to figure out how I can do the we're gonna set up to raid on Twitch. I'm gonna go and do that on my phone because that's the easier way to do it on Restream. Though, honestly, I don't think anyone's watching me on Twitch, so maybe I won't bother. So the 3 of you or so who are here on YouTube, according to my analytics, thanks for tuning in. I'll try and do a Pearson ranking correlation or of some kind, but as I think about it more, Swiss and ELO should be redundant, and they'll become non-redundant when you start looking over multiple tournaments. So, yeah, but thanks everyone for hanging out. It was fun to solve this code. Hope y'all enjoyed. And I will probably do some actual Netrunner, maybe as soon as tomorrow, but not exactly promising for sure yet. But anyway, have a good night, everyone, and thanks for tuning in.